2, 1.
Hi, this video that I'm going to share with you is for creating a Google form that can send users to a different section based on how they answer. It's called go to section based on answer. So if they get it right, they can be sent to one place, or if they get it wrong, they could be sent to another place. And you could use this to like differentiated instruction, where you could have kids taking this form on their own while you're working with other kids, and you could be assessing them and reteaching them all through the form without you having to do that yourself, while you maybe are working one-on-one with some other students who are struggling, who don't understand this information. So the way you do this, first you have to set up a Google form. So I have one set up here, and I only put 2 questions on here just to kind of show you the basics. But I have first collecting their name, and then I have question 1, followed by another section, question 1 review. I did title it. It's very important that you title each section, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Then I have a video to reteach section 1, and I have the same question again for question 1. And actually what I did up here was, once I got this question typed, I hit the duplicate question button. So I just remade it, and then I had to click on the little handbar here and drag it down to the next section after I made my section 2. So I've got section 2, which has question 1, video, question 1 again. Then I've got question 2, which has a new question, some answer choices. And then I've got another section, section 4, which is question 2 review. It's got another teaching video. I just put in a YouTube video there. And then it's got another question down here at the bottom that is the same one as question 2. I duplicated that one again, so I didn't have to retype it. So what I need to do now is I need to tell the form where to go. So I'm going to come back up to my question 1, and right down here I see these 3 dots. I'm going to click on those 3 dots, and I'm going to say go to section based on answer. So the correct answer to this one is revolution. So next to revolution, I'm going to click on that. I'm going to tell it, if I answer right with revolution, then I want the person who takes it to go ahead and go on to question 2. They understand question 1, they get it, they can move on. So they get to go to section 3, question 2. And this is why you needed to label them with what question it is, or if it's the review or just the regular question, because if you didn't label it, it would just say section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. So you need to know where you're telling them to go. So this one, I want to send to question 2 because they got it right. If they got it wrong, then I want to send them to the question 1 review section 2. So each of these wrong answers, I want to go to the question 1 review. They don't quite understand it, they need to watch a little video, and then they can try again. Now I come down here to the question 1 review, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to say go to section based on answer. Again, I have revolution, so I want to, if they get it right, question 2. If they get it wrong, then I want them to go back to this same question 1 review. So all these wrong answers, I'm going to say go to question 1 review. Question 1 review. Also, I want to point out that you notice that this review question, this reteaching section, I don't have that question required. I didn't mark it required because they might not all have to do this question. They might get it right the first time. I did make this one required. You can see that red star that shows up there. So this one is required. The first one, they do have to answer that question. Okay, so I told it where to go on section 1 and 2. Now question 2, section 3, this correct answer should be a solar eclipse. So I'm going to go to section based on answer. Solar eclipse is correct. So once they get that one correct, that's the last question on my form. They can submit form. all the rest of these, if they got them wrong, they need to go on to the question 2 review. If they don't quite understand this question, they need to go on to this question 2 review. Okay, that one is required. They do all have to do question 2. Also, something else you might want to do is shuffle the option order so it's not always in the same place. It mixes it up and makes them really think a little bit more. So shuffle option order. Come down to the question 2 review, and I need to do the same thing. I want to go to section based on answer. Solar eclipse is correct, so they're going to submit the form. This one is incorrect. They're going to go to question 2 review, question 2 review, question 2 review. Okay, my form is now all set up, so now I want to practice taking it to show you how it works. So I'm going to click the preview, and here is my form. So I'm going to put in Jane Doe. And Jane is going to first try revolution and click next, which that is the correct answer. So she's going to click next, and it should take me to question 2, and it did. There's question 2. I got it correct. Maybe she decided she was wrong. She's going to go back. She's going to try rotation. So this is her final answer. She's going to go back, rotation, click next. And now it tells her, no, you were wrong. Go to the question 1 review. And I could tell them that up here, oops, you made a mistake. Watch this video, retry the question. Then I can play the video, play a YouTube video right in here. And then I get to try it again. And hopefully when they try it again, revolution, they get it correct. If they don't get it correct, it's going to send them right back to the same question. So here's question 2. Dark will come during the middle of the day due to the moon passing. That eclipse that is coming is a solar eclipse, but I'm going to guess a partial eclipse first. So partial eclipse, nope, that's wrong. Takes me to the review. And then I'm going to guess a lunar eclipse, which is going to be wrong again, and it should bring me right back to question 2 review. Then if I happen to get this correct and I go solar eclipse, then I click next, it should let me submit the form. And now I'm going to take it again. So I want to show you something else. Okay, this time I'm going to get all questions right. So Jane Doe missed some, but John Doe is going to get them right. So he's going to guess revolution the first time. Click next. He's going to guess then solar eclipse. And notice this was the one that I had it switch the option order, so it has been moving those options around. Solar eclipse and next. Oh, and it took me to the wrong spot. Maybe the switching option order didn't work on this one. So click next, submit. Okay, and I want to show you how that looks on this spreadsheet. I had taken it 2 other times on this one. So these are the ones that I did, and you can see here that there was a flaw. Maybe you don't want to switch the option order because that's the one I did, and I had the correct answer and it took me on, but I can still see that John had it right, and John got the first one right the first try also. Jane missed the first one. I can see what she guessed, so I know where my students are guessing what they're getting wrong, and then I can see that she did get it right the next time. She had to go on. Then she got it wrong again, and then she got it right here. And I can also see back on here my responses. I can see that half the kids are getting the first one right the first time, half of them are not. They're obviously all getting this one right because you have to move on. Same thing here, half of them are getting it right, half of them wrong, and then this one is not as important because they all have to get it right to move on. So I can see some good data here. This would tell me if a lot of them are missing it the first time, they're either guessing and guessing wrong, or they don't understand that question, and then I need to try to do some reteaching. So this form can tell you a lot of good information. It can also provide a lot of information to the kids. You can put some good videos in there for reteaching if they don't understand. And like I said, there's other uses for this kind of a form. It's not just for a quick little assessment. You could do some other fun things with it, and I do have some of those shared in my presentation that accompanies this. So this is differentiating instruction with the Google form using the feature called Go To Section based on your answer. I'm Emily, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you so much.